So loads of people have been asking about the progression of the JPX fitness site. I started in Lovable. I said I was going to be transferring it to Windsurf, and I've now transferred it to Cursor, mainly to continue to learn the IDE. I wasn't sure if I was going to do Windsurf or Cursor, but this is giving me an opportunity to learn Cursor, learn the IDE. There's been some major updates with Cursor, so I really just want to get familiar with it, and it can't hurt. So I've actually moved it over already, got it over here in localhost, and I've been able to do quite a few things already. So I'm trying to build this out as a full stack fitness site. So it's going to have all the different tools, which I already started building in Lovable. So I've built quite a few tools. They do still need quite a bit of SEO optimization, but the hope is that these tools can drive some organic traffic to the site, and then we'll run ads to things like the training programs, which again I've been able to build out further in Cursor. So building out the landing pages, we're going to put a video here and then just images and the breakdown and whatnot. So the main monetization is not going to be ads or anything like that. It's going to be digital product. So click buy now, and then it's going to be the one-to-one coaching packages. So I'm quite happy with the progress I've been able to make in Cursor. But when I started this site, I didn't have the rules files and all of the documentation. These are things that I learned after. So I've had to go in and learn more about Cursor rules and started making individual files. So with Cursor, it's not just the one rules file, it's a directory of rules. So if you go into Cursor settings, and let's just extend the screen, and over here you've got rules here. So you've got the general Cursor rules, but then you've got the project rules, and then you can just add new rules and then give it a description so you know what it's referring to. So if you don't know, when your site starts to get bigger, you have to be very, very careful with all of the edits that you make. So it's very important to have those rules set up, that documentation. I'm really trying to wrap this project up now, but without breaking anything. So I've been very, very careful with the edits I've been making. I'm using Claude Sonnet 3.7, typically using 3.7 to make the general edits, but if there's something I need it to be very careful with or check over or fix, then I switch it over to Sonnet Thinking, and that's been working really well. So whenever I'm adding a brand new feature, I just flip it into Sonnet Thinking, and before I get it to write any code, I get it to plan it all out. So give me detailed spec of what you want to do, the best way that you could implement this, following best practices. And once it's done that plan, then I tell it, implement this perfectly, and it's been doing a fantastic job with that. So now my main focus is on completing the profile end of things, the subscription management, all the things that connect to Supabase, so including the admin. I've created a backend CMS. So I've made a comprehensive plan of how I want the CMS to behave, how I want it to interact with Supabase, and how I'm going to generate and edit the content. So I made it into its own rules file, and then it had the implementation plan to follow. So really try and keep a clean and clear pathway so it doesn't hallucinate too much. So those are my next steps: finalizing the admin CMS. So it's easy to log in, add blog posts. It's also got Perplexity and OpenAI API integrated into the workflow. So topic ideation and research, content outline generation, full draft creation. The next thing I'm going to do is add through or an equivalent. I'm looking at through because I've used it over the years. I've spoken with Samuel, the founder, a number of times, and it has an API, and that allows you to create content briefs. And then of course with Perplexity integrated, OpenAI integrated, be very easy to generate high quality search optimized posts and then just edit them, post them on the site, no friction. So that's the next plan, the next API to implement once the admin dashboard is solid. What I love about these tools is this is a simple personal training site. So a personal trainer typically just has a site with maybe their Instagram and some before and after pictures or some testimonials, and then it's just like book me. But you've got the ability to take your service and turn it into an entire business. So it's not just you doing the one thing, you've turned it into a business where you can sell plans, you can sell services worldwide, and then you can create some really intuitive tools that help the visitors to your site wherever they are in the world. So I'm absolutely loving the potential and the process of using these tools. So I don't think there's much else to touch on with this site. I've made the 404 page for any URLs that don't exist yet, which was quite easy to do. Still a bunch more tools to finish, which will be very, very simple in Cursor. Setting up the RLS in Supabase so we can differentiate the free tools from the members only tools. Again, those things should be simple enough. I've kept it fairly simple. There's only one tier. There's not a basic, premium and pro. It's just the one tier. You're either a free member or a paid member, which simplifies a lot of things in Supabase. And then all that's left really is for the PT to create the content for the pages, so the programs, and then start running ads and doing social media, which is just beyond the scope of this. So I don't think I'll be doing any more updates on this particular site. Any updates that I do will be live on the actual domain, so it's just jpx.fitness. And again, the rest of the things that need doing are actual content, and then building the foundational links for SEO, trying to rank some of these tools, and then just the general progression that you need to do from a business perspective. So that's it, guys. Hope you found this video somewhat useful, and on to the next project.